This week in our Black History Month series, we're taking a closer look at the difficult chapter in La Crosse's past. News 8 Now's JDS McGee joins us in the studio with the latest details. JDS.
Yeah, this week focuses on the 20th century, when exclusion and racial tension shaped parts of La Crosse's history. By the early 20th century, the black population in La Crosse began to decline. Research says that shift happened during a time of national racial violence and rising segregation across the country. Some researchers argue La Crosse used to fit the definition of what's known as a sundown town.
A sundown town is a place that purposefully kept out people of color, often Black Americans, from living in that place. And there were many strategies used to do that. The head sociologist, who has published a book that's widely read, his name was Dr. James Loewen, and he had a pretty broad definition of what sundown towns were. And it's working with his definition that La Crosse could be argued to be a sundown town.
While there's no confirmed city ordinance declaring La Crosse as a sundown town, historians point to documented examples of racial exclusion. In the 1940s, black soldiers stationed at Fort McCoy were barred from entering the city after an alleged incident. There were also reports of discriminatory business practices, and historical records show a Ku Klux Klan chapter operated locally. Librarians say incidents like these reflect broader national racial tensions and violence happening during that era.
Because of national politics, this time period is when Black Americans in La Crosse were targeted. There was an increase in violence against Black Americans all over our country. And so there is reason to believe that the white residents in La Crosse also followed that national trend.
City leaders say understanding this history isn't about rewriting the past, it's about owning it. They say acknowledging both progress and harm is necessary to move forward.
America wasn't always nice and pleasant. America wasn't always welcoming. America did some really bad things to groups of people. And the reality is we have to own that history and acknowledge it and say, how do we make sure that we never do this again?
And next week in our Black History series, we will look at what life is like for black residents in La Crosse today and how leaders say the community continues to evolve. Live in the studio, JDS McGee, News 8 Now.